watching, it seems like a little bit of everything in the forecast right now. Rain, snow, sleet.
That's really the whole forecast for the entire weekend. So I think I'm going to be hibernating unless I'm working this weekend. I might be. Let me tell you, we're going to be working on this and watching the forecast very quickly and very closely as we go through the weekend because there have been a few changes here and there. Here's a look at the first alert weather headlines. Snow, ice, and rain, as Colton was talking about, a wintry mix for tomorrow night into our Sunday. Cold and windy conditions for next week, and then more snow ahead, maybe a coastal system by Thursday. Let's talk about tomorrow's forecast. This is at noon, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 20s, so we're below freezing. And then you'll notice toward 6, 8, and 10, we're seeing snow in much of the greater Boston area. So we've got to track this closely. Nothing here to track at home. There's plenty of sunshine right now, at least on First Alert Live radar. But it's mainly this region here that we're going to be watching for a system to develop and move in our direction. So looking at First Alert Futurecast as we go through tonight, any dinner plans toward even 8, 9 o'clock, you're going to be just fine. We head through tomorrow morning at 7, just fine. But into the late afternoon and evening, I'm thinking really closer to about sunset thereafter, we'll start seeing snow falling. That's at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Snow really across much of the Commonwealth and really much of southern New England. This continues toward midnight. How about overnight into Sunday? That's at 3 o'clock in the morning. We still have snow over Worcester, over Boston, but then we see this pink line here toward Hartford, even Providence, that will move from south to north. That's sleet, freezing rain. That's the ice that we're talking about that will slowly lift to the north. This is into Sunday morning at 5 o'clock. How about 8:15 Sunday morning? It's right over Boston and really central Mass, and it continues to push over our area into the afternoon. We're not done yet either as we look into the afternoon. That's toward 5 o'clock. We've got rain in the green, also in the yellows, but also you'll notice this mix here. We've got more ice potential toward 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and then it's out of here by 9:15 into Sunday night. So we really need to be careful about this as we move through the day, not just through Sunday morning, but just something to kind of think about when we talk about this. It's not all snow, but let me show you what we're tracking with the snow, 2 to 4 inches. At least that likelihood. There will be some sleet mixed in. I'm thinking maybe closer to about 3 inches for Boston, but it's still within that range. And about 4 to 6 inches of snow toward western, or how about central Mass here, Worcester Hills area, southern New Hampshire as well, that we'll be tracking too. Then we talk about that potential for ice, likely about 1/10 of an inch of ice, but the models keep saying even higher areas here and higher amounts towards central Mass, and that can be rough because once you get to about 1/4 of an inch of ice, you really start having more problems out there. Tree limbs coming down, the potential for power outages, and we need to pay attention to that. Why am I saying that? There's a difference between sleet and freezing rain. Sleet pings, okay? So you'll see it on your windshield. It goes toot, 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 toot. Ice pellets, right? That's the best way of saying it. Ice clings, though. It kind of weighs things down. And so when we talk about that potential for even more ice out there, we need to understand this weekend is more than just snow. Ice is more dangerous than snow. It's very sneaky as well. When you're driving and really even walking on surfaces, you can slip and fall very quickly. And so that snow will turn to ice by Sunday morning, and then it will last into the afternoon. So I've had to even increase that commute forecast there to the high category through much of the day on Sunday. Let me show you this one also. Way into next week, you might have been looking on your phones, on some of your apps that you might trust. There's the potential that we could see another snow system coming through. This one here might have a little bit more umph to it. We'll need to watch it, potentially a coastal system that could bring some more snow to our area and maybe even a little wind. We'll watch it closely there several days to fine tune that forecast. But you'll see on the 10-day about 25 degrees for Tuesday afternoon, 28 going into Wednesday. We'll watch that system going into Thursday, and then next weekend, hopefully dry, because the past 2 weekends, man, they've been rough.